The New York Giants this year are going to run heavy RPO, some reports are saying, as our offense in the regular season. Here is why I tell you that's going to be a good idea for Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley and the whole offense as a whole. Tune in. Let's talk about it.
Hey man, dominate everything! Everything! Giants on me, Giants on three, 1, 2, 3!
Welcome to New York Giants Full Access. What's going on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, all platforms? Welcome to another episode of New York Giants Full Access with your boy Big Pat Sports Talk. Like, subscribe, and comment. In today's Full Access, we're going to be talking about the New York Giants offense this season. Probably going to be a heavy RPO team, especially in the beginning of the season where everybody's getting acclimated to each other, trying to build chemistry, and Daniel Jones trying to get it to his receivers quickly, and Saquon Barkley may be the focal point of this offense, especially in the very beginning of this season. As you know, the RPO is a run-pass option offense where you can hand off the ball, or if you see a certain thing or a certain defense, someone could get open on a quick slant or a quick out, or you may be able to find a deep pass if those linebackers come up. You might be able to get a deep dig over the middle of the field with a receiver. And with the receivers that we have, the RPO option is a very, 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 very good offense to run with the way this team is assembled. We know we have a lot of receivers that are very quick and very shifty as far as Shepard, Wan'Dale Robinson, and Tony. And we got some bigger targets, Seals, Kenny Galladay. We got Alex Bachman, Richie James, Seals. Unfortunately, Colin Johnson got hurt, Slayton. The RPO offense with Barkley is going to draw those linebackers up because I believe our offensive line is going to be very good at run blocking in the beginning of the season. The pass blocking is going to come once they get acclimated to each other and get used to each other on that offensive line. But the RPO offense would be very, very good to run in the beginning of the season because if Saquon Barkley is breaking off 10, 15-yard runs, then breaks off a 25 or 30-yard run, that RPO option, when Daniel Jones pulls it back, those linebackers are coming up. And those safeties are going to be coming up trying to stop that run. And then those safeties are not out there, patrolling the field the way they usually are. So say if you're probably doing a run blitz and we do a RPO, we can hit Tony over the middle on a quick slant. If he makes one person miss, we're off to the races. It's time to party. We might be able to get a huge 30, 40-yard, maybe even a touchdown play. Do the RPO. Quickly pitch it out to Wan'Dale Robinson, him one-on-one in an open field. I choose our guys every time. I choose Wan'Dale Robinson in open field one-on-one, Tony one-on-one. I choose those guys, Shepard one-on-one. Even though Shepard's been injured, he's still a shifty receiver, and he can still catch in the slot with the best of them. I want to see Kenny Galladay and Seals get those back shoulder throws when they got that one-on-one coverage, because people are running single high safety against us because they're fearing our run game. I believe that's the best way to go about it. And Brian Daboll, Mike Kafka, they've shown in the preseason that they have a lot of things that they're going to operate in this offense. And the RPO, when you got bigger receivers hitting on that slant route, even if they have coverage on them, they can bring it down because they can body the DB out. And say if we're on the third and 2 and 3rd and 3, we can get 10, 15 yards on RPO plays. So I'm actually pretty excited for them to run in the RPO more in the beginning of the season. more than likely we'll be an RPO offense because, hey, not to forget, you have the run option with Daniel Jones. If Daniel Jones pulls that thing out and runs, you've seen Daniel Jones continue to get 50-yard runs, 60-yard runs. Yes, he had like an 88-yard run and slipped and fell. Yes, that happened. But Daniel Jones does have the speed to get to the outside and cause havoc on these teams. And with good run blocking and just a better offensive line in general this year, our offense can be pretty exciting to watch coming up this year. So the whole ordeal of the Giants running an RPO offense, I'm not against it. Only thing I worry about is if Daniel Jones is going to get down and not take those unnecessary hits. But Saquon Barkley in the RPO offense, we can get Daniel Bellinger in that H-back role to help out with some blocking or crash down and confuse the defense and leave one-on-ones on the outside. Can you imagine Darius Slayton one-on-one on the outside beating that DB using his speed? Hey, a lot of people want to get rid of Darius Slayton, but an RPO offense is fit for a guy like Darius Slayton because if you crash down and block in his one-on-one coverage on the outside, I like Slayton's chances beating that DB deep. He has some of the best deep speed in the league. And believe it or not, most of our big plays over the past couple of years have been to Darius Slayton. You can trash him all you want, but most of our big plays down the field, our big touchdowns down the field, Daniel Jones was hitting Darius Slayton. And he brings that element to this team. So I'm with it. I'm with the New York Giants running the RPO offense this season. At least see what happens. Let's get those players in the open field one-on-one and see if Kadarius Toney can make someone look silly. I mean, he just did it to Sauce Gardner on a hurt hamstring. So imagine him fully healthy, catching that ball in the quick RPO pass, and someone misses a tackle. It's time to party. We're getting big yards. And Saquon Barkley, you can put the ball in his hands. And if you got those linebackers peeking in the backfield trying to come up to stop the run, we can go over the top with someone like Slayton, or we can go over the top with someone like Robinson, or we could get a deep dig route with someone like Kenny Galladay or Sterling Shepard. Who knows what this offense could really do? And best thing of all, lastly, it lets Daniel Jones get the ball out his hands immediately. It lets him get the ball out his hands immediately, and it makes this offense that much better. So I'd like to thank you guys for watching the video. I'm totally 100% New York Giants running an RPO offense, especially in the beginning of the season until this pass protection gets a little bit better. Not saying that it's bad, but it does need to get a little bit better. Evan Neal needs to get a little bit better in his technique, not putting his head down and just keeping stern and use that big frame to block these people to protect Daniel Jones. And one of the best ways to protect Daniel Jones is get the ball out of his hands very quick. So I believe that's a good idea, and I think they're going to go with that idea in the beginning of the season. So thank you guys for watching this episode of New York Giants Full Access with Big Pat Sports Talk. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment, let me know what you think about the New York Giants considering running heavy RPO offense in the beginning of the season. And let me know. You know I'm going to answer the comments. Love you guys. Almost at 2,040 away. Let's get it. Also, if you want to talk your talk with Big Pat Sports Talk, hit that big blue join button and join the big blue crew and talk your talk, because you know I'm going to talk my talk no matter what you thought. But until the next episode, peace. This has been a Big Blue Crew production.